Hey guys, and thank you for joining back to another video here. It's Will from 4 Point Solutions, again, FPS Financial Group, in terms of the holding company, and this video is all about the top 5 offshore companies to form in terms of where to form them and what to form them as. For example, what's typical in most situations. So let's get into this video right now, starting off with number 1, British Virgin Islands. Super cheap, super effective. It's very good, right? One of the best places, one of the most common offshore company formations that we see here at 4 Point Solutions, and again, potentially in the entire broad spend market of international expansion. We are seeing British Virgin Islands coming in number 1 in the Caribbean. Nil taxes across the board. Privacy, again, no public register, stuff like this, no accounting, all of that. And again, no, you don't need to actually visit the location. We do it all for you. You see the name, past compliance, and tickety-boo. Again, bank accounts all included here at 4 Point Solutions. And again, if you ever wanted to book a meeting, you can do, or reach out to us. My email, website, whatever should be around this YouTube somewhere. So please feel free to reach out to me directly. You can ask me any questions personally. We can book a meeting. We can just chat an email or WhatsApp. It's completely up to you. We also have over 10 other team members who you are able to speak to as well. Specialists in UK tax, for example, specialists in accounting, specialists in funds. So together, we're able to operate as a team and obviously serve those high net worth individuals, which we have been doing for over 2 years now. So moving back into the British Virgin Islands, a fantastic place, okay? Again, a nice place to go and visit anyways. Beautiful beaches. It is an island. It is a little bit expensive, so for those residence permits, potentially other islands are better than the British Virgin Islands. For low-cost holding companies, such as myself, which I use it for personally, or number 2 is for marketing. We have a lot of clients with simple digital marketing agencies. They are digital nomads. They potentially live in Bali, or they potentially even live in London. But there's many business partners, and for that they are able to have that actual company there. There's some intricacies with that have been planned into, right, with the team. However, we can go ahead and form a company in Belize. It's very cost effective. And again, it is a private location, right? There's nil taxes on foreign income, which is fantastic. That's what you want to be growing your business. Imagine if you have to pay tax on everything. How can you grow? So at the end of the day, we don't mind paying tax here at 4 Point Solutions, but as long as we are growing, you know, if you're there living in London, for example, I'm over here in Thailand. In my villa, where it costs a quarter of the price of what I would have based in London or Amsterdam or Spain, for example. Okay, I've got my own pool, I've got my own 5 bedrooms, I've got my own everything I would ever need. The golf course is 5 minutes away, and hence you can see I'm going to go play golf straight after this video. Belize is a little bit north of the British Virgin Islands, right? However, it is excellent for those entrepreneurs looking for cost-effective, fast, and great solutions, obviously, that do the job. And that's what Belize can do for you. It's very cost-effective. You know, it's less all-in solution yearly, less than $1,400 US dollars, right? Which is just unbelievable. Now, I'm going to actually release number 6 at the end of this video for the most cost-effective solution that I'm actually also using. I'm also using Belize. I'm also using Seychelles. I also use the UK. I also use Nevis, which we're going to go to for number 3, and personally for me, number 1. If you are an entrepreneur, you personally yourself, and you have to have Nevis or Cook Islands in your current financial strategy, the reason is because of those foreign court judgments, the asset protection, and the taxation. Again, Nevis and Cook Islands do not respect foreign court judgments. Potentially also, if someone wishes to challenge a trust or an LLC, they also might have to post a $100,000 bond, which is quite frankly ridiculous, right? So this is why the asset protection is so good in these two places. So St. Kitts and Nevis, there's obviously St. Kitts and there's Nevis, right? So Nevis runs under its own, essentially the company runs under the Nevis law that's within St. Kitts and Nevis. So that's why it's got this. St. Kitts and Nevis hasn't got that potential level of privacy and asset protection. However, the Nevis side does. So a lot of people do get confused between St. Kitts and Nevis and Nevis. That's how it actually works. In the Caribbean, beautiful place, a great place to actually take a vacation, potentially even to live. They do citizenship by investment programs there as well. It is a fantastic one to get. And just because you have this citizenship, it makes it a lot easier to then obviously move to, let's say, the British Virgin Islands or the Cayman Islands, or for example, Dominican Republic, where you want to chill on that pink sand beach. I've been there myself. It is beautiful. I've explored all around these regions and potentially somewhere I would like to live myself. The issue is time zone. You know, that can be a con. It can be very costly living in these Caribbean islands, right? So we've got a British Commonwealth and then independent sovereign countries, and these are independent sovereign. They are independent of the Commonwealth, right? And that's why they do offer these CBI, citizenship by investment programs, but you can obviously buy their actual citizenship programs. So although it might be harder to get the residence program in St. Kitts and Nevis, because the government wants those donations, wants that real estate, wants the investment and the local economy to be boomed by those foreigners and the foreign investment. So you can buy the passport, right? So the residence programs obviously is a little bit less because they do want those entrepreneurs willing to dedicate 300, 400, 500, 600,000 US dollars. Yes, you can start from I think it's 250, 350, 400,000 US dollars. It has gone up in price recently, actually. All of the Caribbean investment programs have gone up in price, and they are becoming under scrutiny from the EU, right? So there's residents, there's citizenships, and there's companies. But that there, the Nevis company is one of my favorites. One of my complete favorites, right? Again, if you do want more information on any of these companies, again, this is a brief introduction, right? We can go into detail on a one-on-one meeting, and I can provide you all of the information, even just on email. If that sounds good to you, you can go ahead and obviously drop a question into our website or contact me directly at will.hodgson@forwardpointsolutions.com. The email should be in the banner or somewhere. You'll work it out, hopefully. So, moving forward, we are going to go on to my favorite company, offshore company formation, number 4. Now, this company typically is quite popular for those who are living in Dubai. Additionally, it's very popular for those people who maybe, for example, own a hedge fund or something over in, or an operation over in the Cayman Islands, and I want a feeder for US investors, for UAE investors, right? This is the company you would potentially do. There's no accounting there. Pretty much minimal taxes, right? It's a free zone as such. It is Russell Khaimah RAC. So this is our UAE number 1 Middle Eastern. I'm also going to make a separate brief video on previously, actually just before this video here, is the Cayman Islands. So if you are setting up either finance or something, typically you're doing some asset management, maybe potentially would like to own some UK properties, you're going to open up some Isle of Man, Gibraltar, UK LTDs, then you're going to buy some property with this. You can open up a Gibraltar Airbnb business, pay 10%, maybe less. There's potential there to get the exemption of nil if you're not using a Gibraltar account, you're not using anything to do with Gibraltar, you're purposely operating the Airbnb business, pure online based. And so you can get the Airbnb tax-free into Gibraltar, which then goes back up into the Cayman Islands. And again, the UK property would then own the LTVs as well, so it's very easy to buy for compliance reasons, X, Y, Z. So moving forward, we would love a Cayman Islands company in the structure. We love the Cayman Islands, fantastic place. It's a place for finance, investments, law firms, finance services, X, Y, Z. Very hedge fund based. I'd say most of the hedge funds in the world, I would like to say, are from there. Because in terms of the offshore amount of hedge funds compared to onshore, I think there's a lot more offshore. But obviously, because of the privacy reasons, it's really hard to find that information out, right? So, yes, there are data leaks here and there, but if you look at them, they prove nothing. And there's nothing to prove because they're all international operations, but essentially exercising international law. So there's nothing wrong with doing that. And this is how businesses expand. They cannot just sell in one domestic market. They have to be at an international level. And sometimes that obviously comes, for example, with Hong Kong, with foreign income tax exemption. Yes, there's tax in Hong Kong, but not on foreign income. Same as Belize. The same as Malaysia. We have a territorial tax system in Malaysia, which is amazing. I say we, I don't know why, but we do. So Malaysia is great for those people who want to live there 183 days a year as a tax resident. And then obviously 20 days UK, 40 days Switzerland, for example. Someone like myself, that'd be a very good future. So obviously book a meeting. Please like, subscribe, and again, I'm now going to give that bonus one as promised, which is number 6. And number 6, right, is the Seychelles. I own an operation here. It's actually my service-based company, so there's no VAT there. Again, I've got local substance side, I have an office there, I have everything there, right? I've done things properly, so a little bit more pricey, but guess what? I have actually local employees there who actually are working on your orders and stuff like that, right? So if there's no VAT, again, I do a lot of payments in crypto sometimes because my clients are international. It's faster to obviously kind of get paid with the crypto. So we can operate much faster with cryptocurrency, and therefore Seychelles actually allows that. And again, it's all tax-free. It's obviously all foreign income and it's tax-free. And that's our service-based company at FBS Financial Group, where most of the company formations, trust services come from, if not XYZ, right? So Seychelles is my final one. Super cheap, very cost effective. We do a full-on thing for a ACH local US domestic bank, on-ramp, off-ramp, crypto invoicing admin platform, as well as a self-custodial wallet there, and a Seychelles company, so it's completely tax-free crypto receiving payments business operation that we can set up for you for less than 1,200, less than 1,300 US dollars, right? So please feel free, come and contact us and we'll see what we can do together. Hopefully we can work out something together and make your life better. And obviously we can provide a service to you and really move forward with these international markets and crush business moving forward in 2025 to 2030. There's obviously a lot of regulation that's coming into play in terms of especially the digital infrastructure. We're going to see a digital euro out October this year. That is going to shake up the financial system over the next two to 3 years, and potentially cyber threats as well. So obviously we're going to be touching base on some broad topics. It's a very basic, simple video, right? Moving forward, you're going to see this channel really expand into a hub